Let's pretend my channel got deleted today. Here's what I would do next. I have no products, I have no followers, and I have no money in the bank. I would follow these step by step. And if you are in this same position, if you're in a similar position, then I would do these exact steps step by step. So make sure that you watch this entire video. Make sure you comment down below if you have any questions, if you're running into any challenges, because I want to help you. I want to help you get off the ground. I want to help you finally start seeing the success that you're looking for. Chances are this isn't your first time watching a video on how to make money online. Chances are you are frustrated, angry, probably even a little jaded with the make money online industry. You probably believe that making money online is a scam. You probably believe that it's not really possible to make money online. And if that is what you believe, comment down below that's what you believe. Comment down below if you're skeptical about this video, because after doing this for a number of years, I became skeptical and jaded too. I believed that it wasn't actually possible. I believed that the only way to actually make money online was to tell other people how to make money online. It wasn't until I made my first dollar in security cameras that I saw that it was possible. Now, my first dollar was actually 67 cents, but that 67 cents was motivating me to believe that it was possible, because if you can make 67 cents, if some random person can buy a product or service from you and you get paid a commission, affiliate marketing, if you can make 67 cents, you can make $6,000 and $67,000. The numbers go on and on and on. But enough of the random yapping. Let's go ahead and talk about how you can get started step by step, how I would get started if I woke up tomorrow and all my accounts were gone. I had, like I said, no money in the bank. I had no followers. Nobody knew who I was. I have nothing to lean on. So the first step that I would do is I would get super specific about my niche. Now, a common mistake that I made when I first got started is I wanted to create general content. I would just want to give general information. So for example, if I was starting over, I would want to get into the fitness niche, but I wouldn't just create content for fitness. I would actually create weight loss tips for men over 40 that have a family and full-time job. And the reason why I would go this route is there's a huge demand. Men my age, 40 and up, need to get in better shape. There's a reason why, usually a big reason why, a number of reasons why, which we'll get into, but there's a number of challenges. This is an insulin pump. As a man over 40, I'm on insulin. So this is actually perfect timing. I didn't plan this. It's something that just happens. But as a man over 40, there are a number of reasons why this is a great niche. It reflects me. It reflects a growing market, a growing demand. The why is big. For example, my why is I want to be there for my daughter's wedding. I want to be able to walk my daughter down the aisle. I want to be at my son's graduation. And if I'm not in good enough shape, then I wouldn't be able to do that. I've also had some health issues over the past. You saw and heard my insulin pump. And so it is very important for me and people of my age and range to get in shape. So step number one, super specific about a niche. What you should be doing is pick a niche that reflects you. Pick a niche that either reflects the current struggles that you're going through or struggles and obstacles that you've recently overcome. You don't have to reach and go create content and become an internet marketer about something that you don't have knowledge and experience in. Simply find something that already reflects you. So that's step number one. Step number two is to write down all of the problems that I've faced. And when you think about weight loss or getting in shape for men over 40, you start thinking about time. I have had a full-time job. I have 3 kids and a wife that all demand attention, rightfully so. I like to be there for my kids' events, whether it's practice or going on every field trip. You have to write down all of the problems and challenges that they encounter, because you're going to use that later on in a few different ways. Always take the position in the very beginning of I. This is what I went through, and you want to bring people along on a journey, on your journey, and let them see that they can overcome the same obstacles that you've overcome. But anyway, take 10 or 15 minutes and write down all of the current struggles. The other reason why you want to pick something that you're familiar with is so that this is actually really easy. If you're not familiar with the struggles that someone in the make money online space is going through, you're going to tend to lean too heavily on AI, and AI is only as good as the information you give it. If you don't have a lot of relevant information and be able to tell when AI is full of it, you will get a lot of bad information and you won't be able to connect with your audience. So step number 2, really important, I would write down all the problems that I faced. Step number 3 is I am going to start following creators that are in my space. So I'm not just looking for creators that are creating fitness content. I'm looking for fitness creators that are over 40 that target and focus primarily on men. And the reason why I want to do that is for 2 reasons. 1, my audience is already there. The people that are already struggling are already there. And 2, I can see what is already working. I can see the viral content that's being put out. And quite honestly, in the very beginning, I'm going to piggyback off of that viral content. And the reason is I want to grow fast. I want to get attention fast. And what we'll do later on is we will start engaging with the creators that are already in that space. And we're going to start engaging with that audience so that we can pull some of those people back to us and help us grow a little bit faster. But I think it's really important that you want to follow creators that are already in the space, and you want to try and follow big creators that are outside of the space, but are still gaining a lot of attention. For example, when my most popular videos are from the I Tried It series, those videos alone have generated probably close to 2 or 3 million views. And the original idea, the I Tried It idea, actually came from outside of the make money online space. And so what I did is I noticed that people were testing things. I tried sleeping in the worst hotel, for example. I tried sleeping in a 1-star hotel. I tried eating at a 1-star restaurant. And I said, how can I adapt what they're doing to what I'm doing to make it new and unique? And that's how the I Tried It series was born. I took something that was working with larger creators outside of the make money online space, and I simply adapted it to make it new. I made it a blue ocean at the time, and then other people jumped on as well. But what I want you to do, what I encourage you to do, is to start following creators in the space. You can test out their theories to see if it actually works. You can start pulling some of their followers over to you, and we'll talk about a few different ways that you can do that in just a minute. But really important, follow those people. In fact, you want to see if the stuff that you want to see if what they're talking about is working so that you can report back. A huge part of gaining followers is being the reporter, going, observing, reporting back. It's something that Russell Brunson talks about pretty often, is being a reporter. If you don't have the expert knowledge and skills, a little bit of an easier way to go where you don't have to fake it until you make it is simply report back. And again, that's something that Russell Brunson talks about pretty frequently. And that's something that anybody can do. That's something that I would certainly do. So after I would follow creators in that space, I would start creating content to show up on camera. I believe in the year of 2025, showing up on camera is more important now than it was 5 years ago. People want to connect and buy from other people. And with AI and AI avatars and voice AI that sounds like humans and like people want to see and make sure it's the real you, the real authentic you. They want to see your blemishes. With AI, the face is really smooth. There are no blemishes. People want to see your mistakes. They want to see you stutter. They want to see you say and ah, because as of right now, AI doesn't do that. And one clear, simple way to make sure that people know that it's the real you is to just talk and be authentic and be real. That is going to come with the blemishes. That's going to come with the ums and the ahs and the stuttering and the pregnant pauses. However, it is really important, in my opinion, to show up on camera, because anybody anybody can just make a faceless AI avatar video, but it takes a certain level, a higher level, a better level to show up on camera. And people will buy from you much quicker when you show up on camera. Will people buy from you if you are faceless? Yes, people buy from faceless people all the time. However, when you show up on camera and you show your imperfections, people will trust you a little bit sooner. You're still watching this video because I'm on camera in my imperfection. People will buy what you're selling a little bit easier, a little bit sooner, simply because you're on camera. But it's really important that you show up on camera, and you show up on camera frequently, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Number 5, I want to think of DIY solutions, so do-it-yourself solutions based on problems that I found and focused on. And what that means is I'm eventually going to create a digital product. I'm going to create a simple digital product that will help dads, maybe help dads start working out 5 days a week. Maybe I create a fitness plan that is focused around making sure that they do it in the limited time that they have, maybe a 45-minute fitness plan. And the first thing that I want to sell them is a DIY solution, a do-it-themselves solution that they can implement and start getting results really quickly. To me, it's really, really important to help people get results quickly as opposed to this long, drawn-out course. Again, this is something that we're going to create in a little bit later. So we're going to, once we think of one, we're going to go out and create it, and we can create it for free. We're going to use Canva to create it for free. We can use Google Sheets. We can use Google Docs. If it's a PowerPoint, we can do that as well. But I want to create a small digital product that I can make in 3 days, essentially a weekend, focused on my hyper-specific niche. I want to show and prove that I can help the people in my niche. I don't care about women over 40 that have kids. I care about them, obviously. But my goal, my sole focus, is to help men over 40 that have kids achieve their dream of walking their daughters down the aisle, or sons, or whatever. But I want to create something that will help them achieve a quick win. I'm going to package up that digital product, and I'm going to create it for free using a combination of my knowledge, skills, and ability, AI, and one of the free softwares that I mentioned. I'm going to sell that digital product using Gumroad. My first digital product is simply going to explain the current problem that people have and how my digital product is the solution to help them get what they need. That will ideally take me 3 days. While doing that, I'm still going to be creating content. One of the most important things that I have discovered and have found is that you want to always be creating content. Even if you don't have anything to sell in the very beginning, create content, because people will ask you, hey, is there a way that I can work with you? I need a mentor. Can you help me? And you can work for free, as Russell Brunson suggests, or you can charge people based on what you know. If you help people for free, you can start getting testimonials. You can start asking them about the questions, about the pain points and dreams that they have. And when you do that, you can start working off that database where you can create better, more in-depth content. Again, we'll get into content in just a moment. But as soon as you have your niche, the people that you want to help, start creating content to get in front of those people. Right. So after we create our digital product, that's step number 5, we are going to go on the internet and we're going to start creating content where we share tips in the form of lessons that we've learned. We're going to go out and create content. We're going to create content on social media, whether it's TikTok or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter. Our target audience is hanging out all over the internet. Some of them may prefer to be on Facebook versus on TikTok. We're going to start creating content and repurpose it everywhere, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But I want to approach it as the lessons that I've learned, the hardships that I've gone through, and we can talk about it in the form of stories. I can talk about the number one reason why I was committed to losing 50 pounds. And that number one reason is so that in 15, 20, maybe 30 years from now, I can go to my my son's graduation, or I can walk my daughter down the aisle. Those are really important things to me. Also, in the short term, I've seen what health has done to my family, and so I don't want to go through that. Selfishly, I don't want to go through those problems. So I start sharing that information, and then I start sharing what I've done. And then I share my successes and my failures. I can talk about some of the times that I've struggled with maintaining my weight and decreasing, and when I hit a plateau, and what I've done to get past that plateau. But what you want to do is simply just share what you're learning, share your knowledge, share your journey, because people want to go on a journey with you. And oftentimes I like to think of it kind of like Disney. Disney princesses all go on a journey. Essentially, it's the same journey, but it's the settings are changed. But when you go on a journey, people love to follow it. They want to tag along. They want to be kind of like, if you've ever seen Moana, they want to be that chicken that just goes on the wild ride. They want that experience, and they ultimately will want you to win, because they'll feel like when you win, they win, and they might buy something along the way. So now that we're sharing tips with lessons learned, now we're going to go back and we're going to start bringing our following back to us. And we're going to do that in a variety of ways. We're going to engage with our audience that are participating and commenting on we'll call them competitors, on our competitors' content. So if our competitors are making YouTube videos helping men over 40 lose weight, I'm jumping in the comment section and I'm adding in relevant information with the hopes that some people will see my answers or my comment. They're going to click on my avatar, and then they're going to see that I have a bunch of videos. I'm going to do the same thing on TikTok and Instagram. But with TikTok and Instagram, TikTok for sure, I'm not 100% sure about Instagram, but with TikTok for sure, I can make video replies. And so if someone is asking a question or is having a challenge on TikTok, I can jump in and make a video reply and talk about some of the struggles that I went through. Now, this is why it's really important to have content up first, because if you have content up first, a portion of the people are going to see your video and they're going to go view your profile. I can show you on my TikTok, actually it's called Alston's Burner account, where people will look at my comment and they'll go and check out my profile. And that's important because if you've got content, they're going to start consuming your content. You're going to be seen as a leader by default. In fact, let me just show you here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but 73 people have viewed my profile just based off of comments that I've made on other people's videos. And I would continue to do the same. On that account, I am funny, I am witty, I make sarcastic comments, and people love it. They respond. Some people love it, obviously. They respond, and then they go check out my profile, and they start watching some of my videos, and they get value. But it's really important that we've got some content up first. We're engaging. We're building a community. We're going to pull some of those people back to us. Some of those people are going to follow us. And then we just repeat. The next thing that I want to do, step number 8, is building my fan base brick by brick, which I mentioned. But the one that I forgot, which I think is really important, is I'm going to commit to building one new system per week. Okay? I might not be able to do that in the beginning because I have no money, but one of my goals would be to make sure that I build one new system, build one automation. And the first system that I would build is to use a software called Repurpose.io to repurpose all of my TikTok videos. So that way I go from just making TikTok videos to making TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, LinkedIn posts, X tweets, Facebook posts, and maybe a couple other places. I am now taking my platform and I'm what's called omnipresent. I'm everywhere without having to do a ton of extra work. Once I've done that, I would build out AI agents as I have money to, build out AI agents to turn my videos into text, turn my videos into images so that, again, I can reach people where they are at the time that they want to be reached. Creating AI automations allows me to be everywhere all the time, even when I'm not working, and it allows me to connect at various levels and various degrees. The final thing that I would do is I would commit to making 5 to 10 short format videos per day. And then I would do 7 long form videos per week. Now, I know that's a lot. However, I want to get back to where I am. And the best way to do that is to create a bunch of content. Now, I'm not just creating content for content's sake. I am creating content to analyze the data. And what I want to do is I want to look and see what's working. What types of content works best with my audience? What type of short form videos do people like? Do they like the tips? Do they like me doing a fitness routine? Do they like me talking about nutrition? What works best for me? And I'm looking at things like watch time, view duration, how many people drop off after the first 30 seconds, so that I can make better decisions going forward. One of the things that I want you to understand when you're getting into this for the first time, and it's something that I didn't actually realize, is that we're actually a data company. I'm a data company. If you're creating content on the internet, you're a data company. You want to look at the data that's being given to you, analyze it, and make better decisions. Now, the data that you're getting in the very beginning is just like views, likes, comments, shares. But as you create more content, you're going to start looking at watch hours or watch time, view duration. You're going to look at how many people drop off. You're going to look at click-through rate. You're going to look at all of that stuff, and you can make better, more informed decisions. And when you do that, you will wind up doing more of what's working and less of what isn't working. And you'll just keep doing the same thing that's working, which will hopefully speed up the process to success. Now, I can't give you a timetable as to how quickly you'll be up and running or how quickly I'll be back up and running, but I guarantee you that if I commit myself to making 5 to 10 short form videos per day, and I commit to making 7 long form videos per day, I can figure out exactly what's working quicker than someone that is just doing 1 or 2 of each. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that you would add to this. Let me know in the comment section if you are part of the 23-minute club, and the 23-minute club is the club that stays through the entire video. If you're part of that club, comment 23-minute club. Let me know, because I love to see the people that stayed until the end. The people that stayed to the end are usually the action takers, the go-getters, the ones that want it and are willing to do everything possible to be successful. A lot of people, honestly, will drop off very early because it'll be too much, or it doesn't feel right or whatever, and that's fine. But the people that usually stay into the end are the ones that are willing to go out, take the time required to execute. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.